I'm Meg Mordecai, and I'm the sound designer on Arcane Learning Curve, a third-person action game in which the player battles through armies of goblins using unique spells in order to defeat the evil Lord Amodius. In this video, I'll be going over how I implemented different voiceovers, ambiences, and a handful of enemy sounds into our game. Alright, first things first, let's talk about the gobos, or the goblins of Arcane Learning Curve. As the gobos approach the player ready to attack, they snivel and snort every 5 to 10 seconds, as established in this custom event here. As long as the gobbo is not dead, the Wwise event will continue to be called. The number of instances of this event was also limited to 10 globally within Wwise to prevent player overwhelm, as seen here. The attenuation curve also helped to manage this nicely, which we can see here, with a max distance of 1,000 units. If we go back to the Unreal level, excuse me while I get out of the mountain, and we look here, this box is about 1,000 units. As such, only the snivels that are immediately important to the player are heard and prioritized. You can see here how many gobos there are. Each one of these little players is a different gobbo, and as we go into the cave, there are even more. And you can see just how loud it would get if these limiters weren't put in place. Ambience was handled using collision boxes placed throughout the world. One event, Play Ambience, was triggered just once as the game began. As the player traverses the mountain and enters caves, different switch states attached to the event are triggered, fading different ambience mixes in. You can see these different ambiences attached to switch states in Wwise here. For example, when the player goes from outside into this first inner room, the ambient switch state is changed from outside mountain to inside outside, as seen here in this blueprint. As a team, we decided to record some voice lines for the evil Lord Amodius, who can be seen on the back of the hobgoblin here. It was a wonderful practice in recording and also implementation, and it ended up being my favorite part of the game, both to work on and to experience as a player. As the player traverses the mountain, defeating the goblin army, Lord Amodius speaks to the player, yelling taunts at him to discourage him. I organized these into a random container in Wwise, and attached the event call to a collision box, which chooses one taunt randomly and then avoids repeating the same taunt. I also implemented some more specific taunts, which trigger at specific points on the map. During the final boss battle, special voice lines and taunts are triggered depending on the boss's health. We can see that in this blueprint here. When the boss's health has depleted by 25%, the first in a series of voice lines is triggered. We can see that when the health is between 501 and 750, the boss 75 health event is called. This happens 2 more times and then once more upon death. If I'd had more time, I would have loved to implement this via a single event with different switches that respond to the boss's health as a game state.
Oh, hold on, not so fast. I need a fair shot too. Pull my finger.
Well done. You've defeated Amodius. Good job.
Thank you so much for watching, and check out the video description and my website for more.